just to make sure that we get it correct, we're talking about sex trafficking, but there's prostitution is different. And the lines can be blurred, and it seems that they were on, it's case by case basis, but some of these women have come forward and told their stories, and some people may judge this as a job that they had. So if you could just back up and give us your definition of, or what is the difference between prostitution and sex trafficking?
Absolutely, Erica. So prostitution is the individual act. It's the transaction of a sex act in exchange for money. I suppose you could barter anything for a sex act, and that would be considered prostitution. The idea and the concept of sex trafficking is the managerial aspect of it added onto the individual transaction. So somebody watching over, booking appointments, or obviously scheduling and forcing the prostitute into those sex acts, either through threats of violence, through control over their financial situation, or in some other manner. I would say that even the withholding of love and affection from one individual to another would be the kind of force that could be considered a sex trafficking situation. But to be more specific, Erica, the difference between prostitution and sex trafficking is that additional act of a second individual who is forcing the prostitute into the sex act, into the financial transaction.
So it's a difference between being there voluntarily and not.
Exactly. And there's a modern movement of sex positivity, sweeping the world, and some people choose to engage in sex acts for a living. And I'm not here to judge or say that what they're doing is right or wrong. In Ohio, it's illegal. In some locations, it's legal. The difference is, just like any sort of involuntary servitude, we as a society have said, you shouldn't be forced to do something. You shouldn't be forced to do something you don't want. And if you're going to do something for a form of employment, you should be paid an appropriate wage and compensated for that.